If the 4th, 10th and 16th terms of a GP are x, y and z respectively, then prove that x, y, z are in GP. So 4th term of a GP is x. How do we say that mathematically? I am considering A as first term and R as common ratio of that GP. Okay. So I will say 4th term, that means A R raised to power 4 minus 1, that is 3, is equal to x. 10th term is y. So A R raised to power 9 is y. 16th term is z. So A R raised to power 15 is z. And I need to prove that x, y, z are in GP. So if I can show that y squared is equal to xz, if I can show that, then I'll say that x, y, z are in GP. Right? We know this property because this is common ratio, y by x or z by y. These are common ratio is this or this, so these are equal, right? So y square is equal to x into z. This is what you need to show. Now I know what is y in terms of a and r, what is x and what is z. So if I square this will be a square r 18, right? A raised to power 2, r raised to power 18. And if I multiply these x and z, what do I have? A r cubed into a r raised to power 15. So this is equal to a squared r raised to power 18, which is equal to this. Hence I can say y square equal to xz, which implies x, y, z are in GP. This is how you will do this question. Find the sum to n terms of this sequence. Now we know there is an algorithm that we need to follow to do such kind of questions. So we need to find sum to n terms. 8 plus 8, 8 plus 8, 8, 8 plus and so on up to n terms. We need to find this sum. So the first step in this manipulation is that I take 8 outside and write it like this: 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 1, 1, 1, 1 and so on till n terms. And then I'll multiply and divide it with 9. This is what we need to follow in all such questions. Why? Because the given sequence is not a GP. So what we are doing is we are trying to convert it into a GP. And for that, what we do is we take 8 common from each of the terms, and then we multiply and divide by 9. So the next step would be to write them in this format: 10 minus 1 plus 100 minus 1 plus 1000 minus 1 plus 10 raised to power 4 minus 1 and so on till I need to go up to nth term, right? So 10 raised to power n minus 1. And further, if you see, I can write this as, I can separate these 10 raised to power 1, 10 raised to power 2 like this, and this will go up to 10 raised to power n, and these ones I can write separately. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, how many times? N times. So now I think this is a simple calculation. 8 by 9, this is a simple GP in which first term is 10 and common ratio is also 10. So the sum of n terms of this GP will be a r raised to power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1, right? Minus, this is 1 plus 1 written n times, so it will be n. Okay, so this is your answer. You can write it like this also. You can write it as separately two terms. So how do we write that? 80 by 81, right? This is 8 into 10, 80, 9 into this 9, 81 minus into 10 raised to power n minus 1 minus 8 by 9 n. This was, I think, it was better to leave it here. Okay, I hope you have got this question. I think I have left one question. Which question did we leave? Okay, this 16th question was left. Why? Because I thought that this space was utilized for 16th one, whereas we did it for 15th question. So let us do the 16th question before proceeding. Okay. So I've deleted everything that I had written. Now find a GP for which sum of first two terms is -4. So let the first two terms be A and AR, where A obviously is the first term and R is the common ratio. Okay. So this is equal to -4. And the fifth term is 4 times the third. How do I write this? Fifth term, AR raised to power 4, is 4 times the third, that is AR squared. Okay, as you can see, A can be cancelled and I can write it as R squared is equal to 4. Hence, R will be plus or minus 2. So, if I take R as 2, this will become A plus 2A equals -4. Hence, A will be equal to -4 by 3. If I take R equal to -2, then this will become A minus 2A equals -4. So minus A equals -4. Hence A will be equal to 4. Right? These are the two possibilities. If we look at this possibility first, where A is -4 by 3 and R is 2. So what will be the terms? -4 by 3, then I'll need to multiply it with 2. So -8 by 3, multiply it with 2, -16 by 3, and so on. This will be the GP in the first case. And if this is the case where R is -2 and A is 4, what will be the GP? I'll start with 4, multiply it with -2, so I'll have -8, multiply it with -2, I'll have 16, and so on. So these are the two possible answers to this question. Okay, now let us proceed to this question we have already done. Let us do this one. 19th. Find the sum of the products of the corresponding terms of these sequences. So there is this sequence and this sequence. We need to find sum of the product of their corresponding terms. So what do we need to find is 2 into 128 plus 4 into 32 plus 8 into 8 plus 16 into 2 plus 32 into 1 by 2. It looks pretty simple because I know these are powers of 2, right? So if I start from here, this is 16, right? So this is 2 raised to power 4. This is 32, 2 raised to power 5. This is 64, 2 raised to power 6. Similarly, this will be 2 raised to power 7 and this is 2 raised to power 8. So this was a simple question. Find the sum of product of corresponding. So this is the sum. This is the sum that we require. If you want to, I don't even have to apply GP here. This is such a simple question. If I take 2 raised to power 4 outside, this will become 2 raised to power 4, 2 raised to power 3, 2 raised to power 2, 2 raised to power 1 and 2 raised to power 0 here. 2 raised to power 4 is 16 and this is 16, 8, 4, 2 and 1. So this is the sum. 16 into 3, 4, 7, 15, 31. Right? And how much is this? 480 plus 16, that is 496. This is one of the ways of doing it, and this is a chapter of GP. If this question comes in your examination, you can do it like this also. because it is not mentioned that you have to apply any formula here. And if you want to apply any formula, you can do it here. Either you can apply it here. How? You can take 16. I've already taken as common. First term, let us say a is, this is the first term, 1, right? And r is 2, so 2 raised to power. How many terms are these? These are 5 terms, right? 2 raised to power 5 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1. These are not 4 terms, these are 5 terms. It starts with 0 here, 0, 1, 2, 3. So these are 5 terms. So it would have been 16. This is 32 minus 1, 31. And in the denominator, if you see, this is 1. So 16 into 31 is your answer. Give me a moment, please. It is not behaving properly. Show that the products of the corresponding terms of these sequences form a GP and find the common ratio. So what is the sequence? If I take this product A into A, so it will be A into A plus AR into AR. I don't have to add them, I just need to show that they are in GP. So let me write it like this. AR squared into AR squared, and the nth term is AR raised to power n minus 1 into AR raised to power n minus 1. So how do we check whether a sequence is a GP or not? What we do is we see whether there is any common ratio or not. So if you notice these terms, if I can write these terms like this, let me separate these. AA, separate these. AA multiplied with R into R. Now this AA multiplied with R into R squared. And from the nth term, you can write it like this. R into R raised to power n minus 1. So as we can see, there is a common ratio. This is the common ratio. If I multiply each term with this common ratio or with this number R into R, I will get the next number. If I multiply this with R into R, I'll get the next number. That is a GP, right? So common ratio is small r into capital R. So if you multiply the corresponding terms of two different GPs, you will obtain a GP with common ratio as product of their common ratios, right? Okay, so you can show it and write it in your own language. I think I have explained it to you. Now you need to write it in your own language. Find 4 numbers forming a geometric progression in which the third term is greater than the first by 9 and the second term is greater than the fourth by 18. Third term. So let me write third term as AR squared. It is greater than the first term by 9. So let me write it like this. Okay. And the second information that I have is second term is greater than the fourth by 18. So let me write second term like AR and it is greater than the fourth. So AR cubed plus 18. Okay. Now that I have written these two information, let me see what else we can do here. So I see 9 here and 18 here. So if I can write it as AR square minus A equals 9, and what will be this? AR minus AR cubed equals 18. So this is just the double of this, right? Or in other words, you can say if this is equation number 2 and this is, let us say, equation number 1, I want you to divide equation 2 with equation 1. So what do you have? And how do I write this? I'll write this as AR 1 minus R square, right, is equal to 18, and I'm dividing it with this, which is AR square minus A. I want this term, I want to create this term here, so let me take minus A as common. So 1 minus R square will be there inside. 18 by 9, so it is 2. Okay, now I will cancel these and this also. So R will come out to be equal to minus 2, right? And if R is minus 2, then what will be A? I can substitute it here, right? I am substituting R equal to minus 2 here. So I'll have 4A equals A plus 9. So 3A equal to 9, hence A is equal to 3. Okay. So if A is 3, R is minus 2, find 4 numbers. Okay. So the numbers are 3, then I'll multiply it with minus 2 to obtain minus 6. Again multiply it with minus 2, so 12, minus 24, 48. This will go like this. If you just want to find 4 numbers, these are the 4 numbers. Okay. You can verify the third term is greater than first term by 9. This is third term, this is first term. Another condition was second term is greater than the fourth. This is the second term and this is the fourth term, and obviously it is greater than the fourth by 18, right? Because if you add 18 in this, you will obtain minus 6, which is the second term. If pth, qth and rth terms of a GP are these, prove that this relation is true. So what is pth term? If now see, this small a is used here, so I'll consider capital A to be my first term and capital R to be the common ratio. So pth term means A R raised to power p minus 1, and it is equal to small a. What about qth term? So I'll write it like this: A R raised to power q minus 1 equals B A R raised to power small r minus 1 equals C. Okay. Now I need to prove this relation. So I'll take its left hand side, which is A raised to power q minus r, B raised to power r minus p, and C raised to power p minus q. If I replace these A, B and C with these values, and if this left hand side, and if I calculate this and it comes out to be equal to 1, then we will say that this relation is true, right? Because 1 is there on the right hand side. So I am simply putting the values of A, B and C in terms of these capital A and capital R. So let me do that. Left hand side is equal to A R raised to power p minus 1 raised to power q minus r into A R raised to power q minus 1 into r minus p. A R raised to power r minus 1 raised to power p minus q. Once we have written it like this, now this is just a simple multiplication. How? Let me show you. If you just consider these capital A's, right? This capital A is raised to q minus r. This is raised to r minus p. So if you know the base is same, the powers will get added up. So I'm writing this product. Okay, let me first show it to you, then I'll write it. Okay, so a raised to power q minus r I will get from the first bracket. From the second I'll get a raised to power r minus p. From the third I'll get a raised to power p minus q. Forget about r for a moment, the capital R. We will calculate that also. What I was saying is these are in product form, right? And the base is same, which is a. So these powers will add up. So what I can do is I can write them as this. I can write it as like q minus r plus r minus p plus p minus q, and these will get cancelled. Okay, so this is a raised to power 0. And what about r? R raised to p minus 1 into q minus r. And what is this one? This is q minus 1. Why I am adding these? I have just explained it here. Base is same, so I am adding the powers. And the third is r minus 1 into p minus q. This is a raised to power 0, so this is equal to 1. And what is this? R raised to power. Now you need to multiply these. pq minus q minus rp plus r plus qr minus r minus pq plus p plus pr minus p minus qr plus q. And if you see, these terms can also be cancelled. Each of these terms will get cancelled. R with minus r, qr with minus qr, p with minus p. So this will give me r equal to 0, which is equal to 1, and it is equal to right hand side. Hence the given relation is proved. If the first and the nth term of a GP are these, and if P is the product of n terms, prove that. Okay, first term is A, right? First term is A, nth term is B. So what is nth term? A common ratio raised to power n minus 1, and it is given equal to B, and P is product of n terms. If you notice, what are the terms? A, AR, AR squared, AR cubed, and let me write some terms from the end also. AR raised to power n minus 1 is the nth term. So the term previous to this will be AR raised to power n minus 2, and term before it will be AR raised to power n minus 3, right? And let it be dot 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 here. P is the product of n terms. So if you notice, what will be this product like? If you multiply these two terms, first term and the nth term, the product you will have is a squared r raised to power n minus 1. If you multiply the second and second last, the product that you will have is a squared r raised to power n minus 1. The same case will be there with third and third last, right? Third and third from the end, you will get the same product here, a squared r raised to power n minus 1. Okay, and these are n terms, right? How many terms are these? These are n terms. So there will be n by 2 such pairs. So what can I say about P? It is equal to a squared r raised to power n minus 1 raised to power n by 2, or I can write it in a simplified form. A squared raised to power n by 2 will give me a raised to power n, and r raised to power n into n minus 1 by 2. This will be the value of P. Or if you are not comfortable with this idea, otherwise this idea is pretty simple, right? You've got value of P like this, but there is another way of thinking about it. And that is, how many terms are these? These are n terms, right? So if in each of these terms there is an a, so a into a into a into a, how many times? N times. That will, I'm talking about the product of these terms. So a will be, a into a into a will be there n times. So a raised to power n, and this is r raised to power 0, r raised to power 1. So how will this product look like? R raised to power. R raised to power 0 I don't have to write here, right? Because I am writing the sum of these powers. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to n minus 1. This will be power of this R. And this is sum of n minus 1 natural numbers. So you can write it as a raised to power n, R raised to power. Now this is not sum of n natural numbers. This is sum of n minus 1 natural number. So it will be equal to n minus 1 into n divided by 2, which is this. So anyhow, we have got value of p. So what will be p squared? P squared will be equal to a r raised to power n minus 1. I am trying to write it like this. So if you square it, here you will have 2n, right? And here you will have n minus 1 into n. Now let us use this relation here. And to use this, what I was trying to do, because I need a b raised to power n. So first thing that I should do is I should take n outside of this. A squared r raised to power n minus 1 raised to power n. This is how we can write it. Now look at this. This is a squared r raised to power n minus 1. This is a r raised to power n minus 1. So if I multiply this equation with a on both sides, so this will be a squared r raised to power n minus 1 equals a into b. So this is ab. So this that is written in the bracket is ab. So I think the relation that we wanted to prove is proved. Okay. Show that the ratio of sum of first n terms of a GP to the sum of terms from n plus 1th term to 2nth term is this. So ratio of sum of first n terms of a GP. So sum of first n terms is a r raised to power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1 to the sum of terms from n plus 1th to 2nth. So if you notice total term, right, from n plus 1th to 2nth there will be n terms, right? And first term of this sequence will be n plus 1th. So a r raised to power n will be the first term, and then after that it will go like this: a r raised to power n plus 1 and so on till 2nth term. What will be that term? A r raised to power 2n minus 1. So how many terms are these? These are n terms. What is the first term? A r raised to power n. What is the common ratio? R. So the ratio of sum of first n terms of GP to the sum of terms from n plus 1th to 2nth. So let me write this sum. First term, common ratio raised to power number of terms minus 1 divided by common ratio minus 1, and it is equal to, we need to show that it is equal to 1 by r raised to power n. So this is the ratio we are talking about. Required ratio is equal to this. This can be cancelled, this can be cancelled, a can be cancelled, so it is equal to 1 upon r raised to power n, hence proved. I hope you got the question. See, up to n terms, what were the terms? A, ar, right? And the nth term was ar raised to power n minus 1. After that, n plus 1th term was, what will be the next term? ar raised to power n, right? And the series will continue like this: ar raised to power n plus 1 and so on up to 2nth term, which is ar raised to power 2n minus 1. How many terms are these? So in total that I have written here, in total I have written 2n terms, okay, out of which n terms were these. and these are remaining n terms. Okay, and this is the first term of this sequence. I hope you have understood the question. This was a pretty simple question. A, B, C and D are in GP. Show that okay. So the idea that I'm getting is these are in GP. So let us consider R to be the common ratio. If this is the first term, what will be B? It will be AR. What will be C? AR squared. What will be D? AR cubed. Right? And if I look at the left hand side, it will be equal to A squared plus A squared R squared plus C square is what? A squared R raised to power 4 into B square plus C square plus D square. So that will be A square R square plus A square R raised to power 4 plus A square R raised to power 6. This will be my left hand side. And if you notice, I can take A squared common from this and A squared R squared common from this. Let me see if I can reach at some good conclusion. This will be 1 plus R squared plus R raised to power 4. And what will be this? If I take A squared R squared outside, it will have 1 plus R squared plus R raised to power 4 inside. So left hand side I've got A raised to power 4 into R squared and 1 plus R square plus R raised to power 4 squared. Okay, and let me see, I'll work out the right hand side separately. I think that will be simpler. Okay, AB, what is A into B? A squared into R. What is B into C? A squared into R cubed. And what is C into D? A squared R raised to power 5, and this is being squared. So if I separate this A square and try to bring it outside, so A squared, if I bring it outside, this will come out as A raised to power 4, right? Because there is this square. And if I take this R outside, this will come as R squared. So what will be the first term here? It will be 1. A squared I have taken outside, R I have taken outside, so R squared will be left in the second term. A squared I have taken outside, R from this I have taken outside, R raised to power 4 will remain here square, which is nothing but my left hand side. Hence the given relation is proved. I hope you would have enjoyed these questions. Rest of the questions we will do in the next lecture.